Hey everybody, it is October 9th and this is the weekend that was supposed to be the Edwards Airshow. They hadn't had it in 11 years, but because of the coronavirus, they had to cancel it. And rather than completely canceling it, it's my understanding that they're going to have some sort of a virtual thing. I'm not sure. It was kind of vague in the explanation. But I had nothing else to do, so I thought I'd drive out here to Edwards and see if there are any planes doing anything. I don't know if they're going to shoot the planes here and share them virtually, or if it's going to be literally a virtual air show. I can hear some planes flying around, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's Edwards, there are always planes flying around. But anyway, I figured as long as I was out here, let me get back to the point. I figured as long as I was out here, I'd see if I could do a train at control point. I believe this control point's called MiROC. I haven't driven out there yet to see, but we'll go over there and see if we can catch a train, and I'll stop over there and shoot where the all the stuff used to be. All right, here we go at MiROC. All right, that over there is the where I shot the intro, and that's the current BNSF facilities here at Edwards. I don't know exactly where everything was. It's been gone for a long time, but these trees, tamarass, they probably used for windbreak. So I would assume that there was a section houses out here for the section gangs. There was a station out here. I wouldn't classify it as a depot, but there was a station out here. There was a big water tank, and again, I don't know exactly where all this stuff was. It has been gone literally for decades. I just remember as a kid seeing it, and maybe even as a young man, but there's I think the water tank may have been up closer to the tracks. That would make more sense. The tracks are up there. And Edwards Air Force Base is over on the other side of that. All right, let's cruise out to the control point. All right, a couple more things before we catch a train. I was wrong about the names of the control points. They're not MiROC. MiROC was the original name. That dry lake out there was MiROC Dry Lake. There was a family named the Corums who originally settled out here, and when they created the post office, they were going to name it after that family, but there was already a post office in California called Corum, so they spelled it backwards and made it MiROC, and that's how it got its name. There was the lake bed out there that they land the planes on is actually Rogers Dry Lake. There are concrete landing runways out here, but the big long 11-mile runway is actually on the dry lake where they landed, like when they would land the shuttle out here. And over there, let's see if I can get this. It is so foul again. Look at that. There is a B-52 sitting there. I don't know if that's just a cool thing at the gate of the base. That's what it looks like. The main gate is right over there. Wasn't there the last time I was out here about, oh my gosh, 7 or 8 years ago. We came out here on a tour. You can come out. I don't know if they still do it. They're probably not right now. That out there is Edwards Air Force Base. Again, you can't see it. That hill over there, the little nipple on it, right on the other side of that hill is where Desert Wheels Motorcycle Club is, where the motocross track is. I raced there from the time I was a teenager, and the last second to the last motocross race I ever raced in 2000 was there. Edwards is a really cool place. But what I started to say was they had a deal where you could come out here on Fridays. I think it was either the first or the last Friday of each month. You had to go online and request it ahead of time and send in your information, your social security and all that, so you could do a background check on you. Then you could come out here, park your car, and there's a big parking lot over there by the main gate. They'd come and get you in a bus and take you for a big tour around the base. It was awesome. The day we came out here was me, Jennifer, my mom, and 3 of our daughters, and it was awesome. They were flying everything in the inventory that day for some reason. And it was cool because they tell you that there's no guarantee you'll see any planes fly. But anyway, got off on a tangent again. This is not, the control point is not called MiROC. This is West Edwards. One more thing. Let me go to the other side of the tracks. Oh man, look at that fancy sign they have. But the tracks, when they left Mojave originally, the Santa Fe tracks, they actually went out there on the other side of those hills, and they actually bisected what became the base. But they were out there because they needed to deliver. They delivered planes, parts, everything they needed to build this place. And then once the base became what it is today, flight test and a lot of secret stuff going on, they did a line change and brought the tracks out here about, I think it was about 4 or 5 miles north of where they went through the base. And now they're out here. All right. All right, here comes our eastbound at West Edwards. We'll be moving right along through here. I don't know what the speed limit out here is. I don't have BNSF timetable, but probably 70 miles an hour. This train was leaving Caliani when I left this morning. I'll be putting up a video at some point of me up at Tunnel 1, driving down the hill from there and going kind of a little head-on shot of this train from the right-of-way road. All right. Eastbound BNSF at West Edwards. You know, I was down there a minute ago and said that they had a station and section houses and all that, and a water tank. That down there, man, it has been so long since this stuff has been gone, but I do believe that's where the section houses were, and probably where they piled things up and stored things. Obviously there was something over there too, but the office was almost certainly here. There's plumbing there, both sides, probably bathrooms. This may have been the entrance, I don't know, but obviously this is where the station itself was. Pads all still here. There's a paved access road that goes down there, and a little further down, the concrete pads up there for the what I was assuming was a station. This may just have been some sort of storage. I really don't recall from memory where. Oh, okay, this was storage. You can see these rails right here. Those are where they would have taken the old motor cars and stored them. And this is probably just a tool house for the track gangs. They kept various things. All right. I'm not exactly sure where the water tank stood. It seemed like it was close to the road, but I really don't know. There's another set out for a motor car, and it doesn't look like the water tank would have been over here anywhere. Perhaps it was down by where the station was. I just seem to remember it being near to the road and on this side of the tracks. If any of you old Santa Fe hands or rail fans know exactly where all that stuff was, let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to know that, and I'm sure some other people would too. Got a little side track here, not very long, a little set out track, probably 300 yards long. And the Y and the access to the base is right there. That end of the Y is no longer connected to the main line, but that end is. Neither end look like they've been used in quite some time. Here's a little water faucet and a light. I don't know what they would do here. For anything they'd need a light for, but you never know when you might need water. Not hooked up to anything anymore. I said a minute ago that the west leg of the Y is still hooked up to the main line. It's not hooked up to the main line. It is hooked up to the siding, as is the passing track. I'm getting ready to leave, and this train was coming, and for some reason they ran him in the siding. He has a clear signal at the other end. So I don't know what the thinking was in that, but that's what they did. This is actually the train that I shot from the bottom of Sandcut Hill this morning on my way out here. Just now getting here, that was it. Gosh, that was at about 9:30. That was about 9. And it is 1:30 right now, so I don't know what's taking these guys so long to get out here. Maybe they have to stop them up on the hill, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to shoot this old train. It's a all container train, double stack, and you already saw it on another video. And eastbound BNSF at the side track at Edwards. Let me know if you have any more ideas you'd like to see. Like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. We'll see you all later.